Well, day one of deliberations in the books. Jurors have to decide the Antioch teen's fate on 5 charges in the killing of 2 people and wounding of a 3rd in August of 2020. Shootings happened during protests over the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Jurors must decide if Rittenhouse acted in self-defense that night or if he provoked the confrontations. The jurors are set to resume deliberations tomorrow morning.
WGN's Mike Lowe is in Kenosha tonight, joining us with the very latest. Mike.
Ray and Micah, good evening to both of you. Deliberations will begin again tomorrow at 9 in the morning. Meantime, here in Kenosha tonight, there is a chill in the air and tension everywhere else. This is one of the most highly anticipated verdicts in the nation as the nation awaits the fate of Kyle Rittenhouse as we expect to resume these deliberations tomorrow. Shortly after night fell, the jury was dismissed.
I understand that you wish to break for the evening, which is...
And the legal fate of Kyle Rittenhouse remained uncertain for another night. Protesters marched off the steps of the Kenosha County Courthouse where they had been stationed all day, echoing their months-long calls for justice.
Shut it down! Shut it down!
Justice is now in the hands of 12 people, 7 women, 5 men, and only 1 black juror.
Please put them in the tumbler, and the bailiff will rotate it, and then the defendant will draw out 6 of the numbers.
In what legal scholars called a highly unusual move, the judge allowed Rittenhouse himself to draw numbers from a raffle tumbler, narrowing the 18 people who had heard the case down to the 12 who will deliberate it.
I have never seen that. I've never heard of that in terms of a defendant's participation in pulling names from a hat to whittle down a group of jurors down to the 12 jurors who are set to deliberate. Even that piece for me is strange because typically the defense lawyer knows who, or all the lawyers know who the jury is going to be at opening statements.
Judge later clarified that allowing the defendant to draw jury numbers has been a tradition in his courtroom for 20 years.
All right, folks, you can retire to consider your verdicts.
Jurors are now considering 5 separate felony counts. First-degree intentional homicide for the fatal shooting of 26-year-old Anthony Huber. First-degree reckless homicide for the killing of 36-year-old Joseph Rosenbaum. Attempted first-degree intentional homicide for shooting 26-year-old Gage Grosskreutz. And Rittenhouse is also charged with 2 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety, both counts for shots fired at people that eventually missed. The key questions for jurors tonight: did Rittenhouse instigate the confrontation, as prosecutors argue?
And he was too cowardly to use his own fists to fight his way out. He has to start shooting.
Or was he defending himself against attackers in the crowd of demonstrators, as the defense attorneys have said?
We can take politics out of it as in Democrat and Republican, but the district attorney's office is marching forward with this case because they need somebody to be responsible.
The judge told jurors they do have the option of finding Rittenhouse guilty of lesser charges.
I think the jury is fully competent to make the decisions necessary in this case, analyze it, and come to a decision.
And when this jury does reach its verdict, the judge says he will give the public about a 1-hour heads up before the verdict is eventually read in court. Now, because this whole incident sprang from those violent protests of 2020, there is concern about another volatile situation unfolding. Because of that, Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers has put 500 members of the Wisconsin National Guard on standby just in case the Kenosha police need assistance. Reporting live tonight outside of the Kenosha County Courthouse in Kenosha, Wisconsin, Mike Lowe, WGN News.